So, my name is Andrea, and I'm the SmartSystem founder and designer of this kind of equipment. We are working in cinema stuff, so we have a lot of different products, starting from Steadicams, and then sliders, dollies, motion control, and other equipment that video maker has to us. SmartSystem born in 2010. We start developing our products immediately. We manufacture everything inside. So, for example, the mechanical part we design and manufacture inside, the PCB, the software, the firmware, we know every single component. So we pay a lot of attention of the quality of materials, and every single component is verified before enter the supply chain and assembly chain. So, first of all, the customer needs a reliable product. The product has to be good looking, of course. For this reason, we don't use coating, but always use anodizing. So we start developing this kind of product. This is our first slider. We developed on 2010, and we call the Pro slider, Smart Slider Pro version. The Slider Pro is designed with strength in our mind. And for this reason, we use the chrome steel bars. We use a special bearing with a special grease in order to create a very, very smooth effect, like the fluid of the head. The main characteristics of this slider is the reliability. As you can see, it's very, very heavy, it's very, very robust, and of course, it's very, very smooth. We define this kind of slider, the Pro slider, for heavy cameras, for TV production, for cinema, maybe with ARRI or other kind of broadcast or other kind of cameras. For the Pro slider, we have four types of slides. We have the little one, 560 millimeters of stroke, 680, 800, and 1300. So it's very, for studios versions, it's a very long slide. Since DSLR comes to market, the market needs some flexibility based on the weight. So we designed the system for this kind of customer. Very, very light, very, very smooth, and various dimensions in order to satisfy the customer needs. So, for example, we have a shorter version of 410 millimeters, perfect for a wedding, because it's very, very light and very, very compact. This kind of slider is very, very light, only 2 kilograms, always using the best material as we can, and the main feature is always the smoothness in manual mode. For the reflex slider, since the main feature is the portability, this is the longest version, 800 millimeters. We have a shorter version, 560, and a more shorter version, 410. For us, the customer needs to be sure to find the right way to fix their slider. So for this reason, for example, I show you directly on this slider, we have a lot of plates. So we can fix on 2 tripods, one tripod and one monopod. Light stand, it's very important because every videographer has a light stand. So if you have a light stand and a tripod, you can obtain a very, very stable fixing, and you are not to worry about the resistance of your tripod. This is very important. It's very important for us to start with a smooth slider. The slider has to be smooth in manual mode, and then it can be upgraded for motor. When we design Slider Pro, we have in mind a motion control and motorization kit. So we start with a simple idea. The customer must be able to upgrade his equipment. So here we are, this kind of motor is a very simple add-on. I can record every kind of movement in our drive and then reproduce seamlessly many times. Drives has the ability to record thanks to a software that we produce in our company, so it's freely downloadable from our website. It's able to record every kind of movement from the motor, catched from the motor. So when I know the position of the motor, I can record in every single step the right position, and I can create as much as progress I may want. So I can ask the system to reproduce this kind of movement maybe in real time. So if I record the movement, the system will reproduce exactly what I recorded. Or I can stretch. Maybe a motion of 10 minutes can be reproduced in 2 years. I prefer to work with professional industrial motor. I don't know if my customer will use this system with a simple camera or a camera for cinema or a broadcast. So it's very important to have a very powerful motor. For example, you can move vertically. You can create motion like crane. So it's the only limit is imagination. Know the motion of a head over a tripod. So it's like our head were moving on our neck. Okay, so we have this kind of movement, we have 1 point. But if we start to move our head, we'll have the fifth will move, so create more cinema style movement. This slider is really a modification of the old dolly. We think that this system will create the exact effect. So every product have to suit this particular customer needs. Maybe a videographer that works in adventure, that works is always in motion. We prefer this kind of product. We tested this system in Iceland at -22 degrees without problem, and the system works with the motor. So also the motor and the driver has no problem working at this low temperature. With this product, we have no problems about the weather condition, under dust, under snow, with rain. There is no problem because the chrome steel is strong enough to destroy any kind of particle that the wheel will find over this motion components. The drives were tested with this kind of temperature, so ultra hot or ultra low temperature. This kind of battery is high power, and we test up to 9 hours. For example, in time lapse, we test with 5 kilograms of equipment in full motion at full speed for 4 hours an hour. So the system will move from point to point endlessly and continuously without problem. If the customer needs more endurance, more time, there's no problem because we have another power input that we can attach, for example, the charger or another plates with another battery. And another kind of product is, for example, the turntable. This is a free-wheel dolly. We have two kinds. As the slider, we have the Pro version and the reflex version. Here we are, the Pro version is a free-wheel dolly. As you can see, we have a core. In this model we call hybrid because we have pure carbon fiber and metal plastics. We have another model called basic, which is full plastic. And we have another model called CF, is pure carbon fiber. The main difference between other products like this is that we can detach the wheels, so we can create for custom needs of our customer some extension. So this simple dolly can be transformed in a tripod dolly. So as we define the motor for sliders, we can add the motor also for dolly. And the same motor can be controlled from this kind of drive or the other kind of drive. With one product you can obtain a lot of features. A lot of customers ask to us various, as I can say, various requests. Maybe some plates, some other component, and this is this request that creates our idea.